Hey everybody, I'm just going to record and brief about my top 5 favorite Halloween, kind of like Halloween-y horror films. I'm only going to do 5 instead of 10. I know top 10 lists are more popular, but for my purposes, I haven't seen a lot of horror growing up, and because I don't have a lot of them connected to my childhood, so I only have to draw from what horror I have seen as an adult. So to start off with kind of a weird one that I'm a bit conflicted about, and that's in my number 5 space, is The Nightmare Before Christmas. The reason it's so low is because I can't really decide whether it's a Christmas movie or a Halloween movie. It has elements of both, and it's definitely a Tim Burton production. But I think what draws me to it are really just the fact that I do like Tim Burton, and the fact that it has these really iconic character designs and character motions. I grew up watching a lot of stop motion stuff, and because of that, I kind of have a fondness for the medium. And what you see in Nightmare Before Christmas is them taking kind of the full range you can get with stop motion charm and adding to it the Tim Burton charm. You create Jack Skellington, Mr. Boogie, even the way a lot of the side characters, I think her name's the corpse girl. I forgot her name. Even the way a lot of side characters interact with them is just kind of a really charming, kind of creepy film, and I liked a lot of the dark humor elements of it. Because of that, even though I've only seen it once or twice and I don't watch it every year, it is kind of one of those ones that just kind of lives in the back of my head as a really solid either Halloween or Christmas flick. Because I think the message of it might go a little bit more towards Christmas, but I like the idea of Halloween interacting with Christmas in the film. It's just kind of a really fun film overall. And a few of those songs are on my playlist. And in at 4th place is going to be Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice was one of the first Tim Burton properties I ever watched, and because of that, it's kind of lodged itself in my brain as kind of what I view as the essential Tim Burton experience. I love it managed to strike a balance between being goofy and being dramatic. It has a very emotionally grounded plot with the main couple that interacts with Lydia Dietz, who in herself is a very tragic and iconic character. But it manages to weave in the goofiness that comes with the Tim Burton underworld humor along with Beetlejuice himself, who, despite only appearing in 17 minutes of this feature-length film, he managed to steal the whole show to the point that he is the namesake of the movie, and the man that played him did a really good job. The performances were done very well. I watch it at least once a year. It's a good film. If you haven't seen it, I'd recommend it. It has that kind of dark humor that I often scratch my itch for. And we're going to move right along to my 3rd place pick, which is A Nightmare on Elm Street. This is one I just recently saw because it's actually my significant other's favorite film. It's a classic 80s flick, so if you're not into 80s slashers, it might not scratch your niche. I personally like kind of the older 80s slashers a lot more than a lot of the more modern ones because they are very simplistic in their plot. It's a vengeful spirit story. He's trying to kill you. So I think that's what does draw people to a lot of the older slashers. You can put them on at a Halloween party and people can come and go without having to keep up with the more in-depth plot that you might have of something like a possession flick like the Conjuring universe. And because of this simplicity of being able to come in and out of the movie, you get a very good movie to put on in the background or to put on at a party, and that's why the first place I saw Scream was at a party. I also sort of saw the parody version Scary Movie. I'd go ahead and ship those two together if you're having a movie night. That actually goes with my number 2 pick, which is Scream. Scream falls into the same genre of A Nightmare on Elm Street, being that it's kind of like your background or a party movie. It does manage to have a very good plot twist, which I think carried a lot of the film, although this plot twist has become so overdone and referenced that it's kind of become spoiled for everyone before they've ever even seen the film. I knew what the plot twist was before I saw the film for the first time. And, of course, in first place is Trick or Treat, a movie I'm surprised most people haven't seen, most people I've met anyway. It's very what I refer to as Halloween-y horror, very spooky and very simplistic. It uses a lot of shock value kills or general just Halloween-y vibes to carry itself. And, of course, it does play to its audience by having several scenes where boobs are on screen, as is the tradition with kind of teenage horror. But it's a fun ride. It kind of formats itself as an anthology where everyone kind of ties together at the end. after following multiple plots, and I personally like that in a film like this, especially for something that's trying to be spooky, Halloweeny. But yeah, those are my top 5 like Halloween videos. I tried to cover them in 5 minutes. I went a little bit over, but it's fun. I'm definitely going to try and expand my taste and watch more horror as I go forward. There's some horror I just can't stomach. Like I've never watched Terrifier, nor do I think I intend to. I also couldn't finish The Human Centipede. Had to turn that shit off real. But yeah, let me know what you're watching this Halloween season, and leave a like and subscribe. Comment down below what you'd recommend I watch next, and maybe you can help me expand to a top 10 list next year. Until then, cheers and have a happy Halloween.